We got Eryk Anders back here on the program. He's going to be fighting Elias Theodorou at UFC 231 on December 8th. Eryk, what's going on, man? How are you?
Hey man, doing awesome. How about yourself?
I'm doing awesome as well. Now, you're in the backseat of a car right now. Where are you heading to?
I'm in Colorado right now doing a little bit of training. So
Oh,
uh,
cool. Okay.
yeah, I'm in an Uber, heading back to the hotel from this training with Ludwig.
Cool. How did that all get set up?
Infinite CBD, knows somebody who knows somebody, so they hit me up. I told them I was in town or whatever, and they said you want to get in and get some work. So I said, all right, let's do it.
Very
And then
cool.
back at the hotel, I'm also working with Eddie Chaw and Benson Henderson.
Okay.
On stuff. So uh, out here just getting some work.
Are you getting to work with any of the guys at Elevation Fight Team at all?
Factory X. I went down there last night and rolled with a couple guys, and then we're gonna do some sparring today, I believe.
Okay, good stuff. Yeah, Colorado's pretty I don't know, very open when it comes to training. So it doesn't
Very-
surprise me to hear you getting to work with Dwayne and then also getting to go to Factory X with Mark Montoya. I'm sure not a lot of bodies are in there because of everyone's on that Denver card, right?
Yeah, they I think they had like 5 people fight. 10 people fighting the last 2 weeks, and they got a bunch of people fighting tomorrow. I think 3 tomorrow. Somebody's fighting today, so it seems like they're pretty busy down there. But I think Ian Heinich, he fights next weekend. So, he's a college All-American, so that's good work for me, and vice versa.
You must have been happy. You wanted this fight after your last bout, and it didn't materialize, and now it's finally happening. There's a bit of trash talk, like just your excitement level getting to be on this card and getting to fight Elias.
Man, I'm excited every time I get to fight. I like to get in there and try to put on a show and get finishes and whatnot, and that's definitely what I'm looking to do this here next month.
We've done a lot of interviews heading into fights. Is this the first time you've ever had any sort of trash talk heading into a fight? Because I feel like I don't remember in previous fights anyone really sort of coming at you.
Nah, I mean, to me, there really ain't a whole lot of trash talk. I said what I said. The papers are signed, so now there's really not any need to sign anything. The hand's going to do the talking December 8th. So, I'm not really sure what all he's saying or what he got going on. Just, I know I plan there, getting there and do work on December 8th.
Some critics might say this is too quick of a turnaround for you after your last fight, which I know you were very exhausted, having that fight with Thiago Santos. What do you say to those people? I know the doctors cleared you, but just from your perspective, what do you say to those naysayers?
Man, I'm finna get in there and get this victory on December 8th. And, this is very much so, what have you done for me lately, sport. So, all that will be forgotten and we'll be moving forward.
What did you learn the most from that fight against Santos?
Man, there's definitely some holes in my ground game that I'm working on fixing right now, so that I'll be able to take advantage of more opportunities in the future against bigger, stronger guys.
And let's talk about the matchup against Theodorou. How do you feel like your skill set matches up against his?
I think my skill set matches up really well. Um, I think that he's going to try to wrestle a little bit, try and hold me against the cage and whatnot. So definitely get ready for that. And, whatever he tries to throw at me, I'll be ready for it.
And you talked about training in Colorado. I imagine that's just for this week, and then bulk of the camp will be back home in Alabama.
Yeah, I'll be back in. I'm just here for the weekend, getting some work with whoever, whenever I can, and then I'll be back in Birmingham on Sunday.
Okay, and training partners primarily the same as far as the bodies you'll be working with back home?
Yeah, Walt Harris made the move across town over here to our gym, so we got him on the mat every day. So that's it's good to work with a big, strong, fast lefty like that. So I think my striking game will improve tremendously as well.
When does the weight cut start for you? This fight's about a month away now.
I've been cutting weight, been watching my diet and doing the cardio and the things necessary to make weight. So that starts pretty early for me.
And your wife's still cooking your meals?
Oh yeah, you already know. I just see I eat what she tells me to eat when she tells me to eat it, and I make 185. I even brought my own food up here this weekend, so it's very regimented time and portioned out. So it's been super easy.
Who's going to be in your corner for this fight?
Chris Conley and Matt Elkins.
And how do you see this fight playing out? Elias is a tough guy to finish. Brad Tavares went the distance with him. How do you see this fight playing out?
It's definitely no secret. My game plan when I get in there and try and fight, and that's to get a finish. So, um, I'm definitely looking to get a finish, whether it be a knockout, TKO, or might even throw a submission in there.
What's next for you after this fight, especially if you get a finish over Elias? That would be huge. Doing it in Canada. Are you expecting to get right back up there and get another big fight like the Santos one?
Man, I'd like to take a month or two off. Like 2 or 3 months off, just to let the body kind of heal and rejuvenate. I've had a busy year, and I like being active. I want to stay active. But man, I've gone to everybody's backyard. I went, to Brazil twice. I'm going to Canada. You know, the UFC needs to come to Birmingham where they used to have fights regularly. So, I'm gonna try and make a push to get the UFC to Birmingham.
Your reaction to the Demetrius Johnson for Ben Askren trade when you heard the news, and who would you like to see traded to the UFC?
Who would I want to see traded to the UFC from another promotion? That's a good one. I think that Aaron Pico kid is pretty good. He's got a lot of credentials. That's just the first name that jumps out.
No, that's a good pick. Who would you trade back? Because you'd have to trade someone for him.
He's a 45. They don't
Yeah.
have to be the same division, though, right?
No, it can be whatever. Yeah.
Shit, that's tough.
Maybe like an aging veteran or something like that. I don't know.
Uh, Man, I gotta go through the roster.
What about, would you trade someone like Chris Weidman? I mean, he just lost over the weekend.
Maybe I was thinking like a David Branch. I was thinking
Okay.
like a David Branch. Just because he wins one, loses one. He just lost to the guy to Cantonier, his first time fighting at 85. He's probably still got some time left in the game, but probably not at the elite level. So I think, and Pico's on the up and up, so you kind of swap them too.
Your reaction to the flyweight division getting axed? I don't know if you heard about that news the other day.
Yeah, I heard. I think the good thing about that is about being the flyweight division is that there are a lot of other promotions that have that division. Like One, Risen. So those guys can still go overseas and make good money.
Okay. I like that. Before I let you go, we got to talk some NFL Blitz. Of course, if people haven't been following along, we figured that you might be fighting on this card. It ends up happening. So we are going to play NFL Blitz against each other. The one thing I got to know is who's your team on Blitz so I can kind of prepare myself ahead of time.
Man, that's back when John Elway was doing his thing when that game came out. So I was a Broncos fan then, so I'm gonna rock with the Broncos.
Okay, that's good. And you've been practicing, I hear.
I got some secrets for you, man. Don't worry about it. I'll be ready.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, and I'm looking forward to watching you fight live, Eryk. We've been doing interviews for years, dating back to I think your third or fourth pro fight, so it'll be cool to watch you live. But in the meantime, this card is December 8th. It is UFC 231. Eryk, I appreciate the time. Just remind people where they can find you on social media, and if you got any sponsors or shout outs, the floor is yours, man.
Yeah, you guys can holler at me on Facebook at Eryk Anders MMA, Twitter and Instagram at Eryk Anders. Thank you to Rev Gear, Infinite CBD, and Vitamin Energy.